Anglers worldwide, I'm Jabroni Joe, and in today's video, my buddy Jason and I are exploring a crystal clear river that is teeming with aquatic life. We are going to launch our kayaks, cast our lines, and hopefully land some fish, and we're taking you guys along for the ride. Welcome to the Blue River. Our adventure began when Jason and I packed our gear and vessels in his truck and departed Oklahoma City on Friday afternoon with eyes towards our destination. The aspect of escaping the stress of life for even a single night fueled the excitement in our hearts as we traveled down the interstate and speculated on what might occur during our expedition. We are on the road. Jason is flying down the highway. He's not going too fast. Jason, what are you most excited for about this trip? What are you hoping to catch?
I have never fished for or even tried to catch a smallmouth bass. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's the same thing right here, man. This is one of my favorite places to go smallmouth fishing, and I haven't caught a smallmouth this year yet, so I'm really excited to get down there and catch some smallmouth as well. The 2-hour journey would eventually take us just outside of the rural town of Tishomingo, where the Blue River public hunting and fishing area lies. But beforehand, we would travel through the town of Sulphur, aptly named due to the high amounts in the water supply, which produces a funky smell throughout the place. Also located in Sulphur is the Oklahoma School for the Deaf, where my Nana graduated from in the early 70s. We arrived at Old Blue with about an hour of sunlight left and frantically set up our campsite so that we could get down to the water and wet a line before dark. There isn't much to talk about from that night. I caught a single dinky bass, and we tried catfishing for a while, but eventually we gave up and made dinner before we called it a night and went to bed.
Should probably retie and re-lure while I'm here, but too lazy.
Good morning, anglers. Jason and I stayed up really late chatting, but we slept pretty darn good. We're pretty well rested, and we're excited this morning. We're ready to get the kayaks in the truck, go find a good spot to launch, and chase those smallies today. Let's get at it, guys. Well, I'll be darned, everybody. We did it. We're on the water. I don't even know where to start. It all looks so good. Fish on. Fish on! Oh, this is definitely a smallmouth. Oh, no, it's not. Wow, what a chunky fish, though. Hell yeah. Now that's a good way to start the morning, guys. Look at that bass's belly. Small fish, big, huge belly. Gosh, guys, that's an aggressive spot. What a great way to start the morning. That is awesome. Let's get this fish back in the water. Fish on. Little panfish. There we go, guys. Some type of bluegill or hybrid. Looks like Jason just lost a fish. On teeny tiny little fish. Look at that. Oh my gosh, guys. I could use this as bait for the type of fish I'm wanting to catch. Goodness gracious. Fish on. Huh. I'm catching these little bluegill type things left and right. They're somehow getting a pretty decent hold of this Ned hook. There we go. Fish on. I think it's another one of those bluegill things. Yeah. These are all over the place. Wow, this one's beautiful. Look at those purple kind of colors. Wow. Here we go. This bass smacked my Ned rig as I was reeling back in. I was actually just about to leave out of here. That was crazy. Little bass, but a lot better than those bluegills we've been catching. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful little river bass. Fish on. Oh wow, that's a better fish. There we go. There's a better fish. Give me your mouth. Give me your mouth, dude. Look at that, guys. Sweet. Woo. Fish on. I don't think it's very big. Another bluegill hybrid. Oop. Dude. Really? There we go, another fish on. Another small bass. Oh, Got him in the eye. That sucks. There we go. Another little guy. We have exited the kayak. I think Jason and I are going to try and get our kayaks down this bit of waterfall here to fish this area. But while I'm waiting on Jason, this is a great spot to just cast a line right along here. God, guys, this place is just gorgeous. Absolutely amazing. There we have it, folks. We are in the next section. That actually was not that difficult. Wow. One of these freaking big old bluegills on a jig, of all things. That is nuts. Look at the size of that guy. Hand-sized bluegill. Fish on. Oh, there we go. I think that's the smallmouth we're looking for. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. That's a big old fat spotter largie. Come here, baby. Oh man, he is pulling so much. Ah, there we go. I got him. Woo!
It's live and it's coming! Woo!
Oh yeah, baby, look at that chunky monkey. Chunky monkey. Look at that, guys. God, that's a chunky fish. That's beautiful. God almighty, we need to get this one back in the water. There she goes. Beautiful, beautiful fish. There's the elusive smallmouth I've been looking for. Finally got a smallmouth on the board.
Never give up! Never give up!
Oh man, I about ripped his lip off with that hook set. Come here, buddy. Hold still. I'm spilling my Diet Coke. And God, that's a smallmouth for you guys. That's a smallmouth for you. Jumping around everywhere. Not a bad one to start. Not a bad one to start at all. Alrighty, guys. It's getting pretty hot. I think it's almost noon. And I think we're going to take a break here soon to go grab some lunch at Scotty's. And then we're going to come back and do some more fishing, probably in a different spot of the river. But for right now, I think I'm going to get out of the kayak into this about knee-deep water and cool off for a little bit. Alright, guys. Let's go for a swim. Man, whew, that water feels fantastic. That water feels fantastic after that hot sun's been blaring on you. After our dip in the water, Jason and I made the short trek back to our launch point, packed up our kayaks, and went to grab some grub at Scotty's Blue River One Stop. Scotty's has been around for decades and is an Oklahoma treasure as far as I'm concerned. The owner, whose name is also Jason, is a super friendly guy, the fishing advice is always great, and the burgers are delicious. Though I do miss Gloria, the longtime cook who passed away earlier this year. As Jason and I enjoyed the delectable meal that sat before us, we discussed what our next move was, and though it was going to be a bit of a long haul with the kayaks in tow, we decided to try out Desperado Springs upriver from where we fished earlier in the day. This would mean we'd have to haul our kayaks by hand as the drivable road doesn't extend all the way to the springs, but the great lunch we were eating filled us with determination and optimism. So with our bellies full of good food and our minds full of insight on where to go, we set course for our next fishing hole. It took some time and plenty of energy to get all of the gear to our launch point, so hopefully the effort pays off. Here we go. First fish after lunch on a tube. Ow! Well, if he holds still, it's either a largemouth or a spot. I'm thinking he's a spot. There we go. Fish on. Whew. Third bite over here in all this brush. Aggressive little fish. They're all little, but they're aggressive as all get out. better be fish up here. One definitive mistake I made on this quest was forgetting my water shoes in the truck after lunch, leaving me with a flimsy old pair of slides to use as the only protection for my feet against the river rocks below the water. Before long, the slides finally gave away, leaving me with only my bare feet and willpower to stand against the rough stones. The pain slowly began to build up, and though my feet felt like hamburger meat, I trudged on, convinced that I'd be rewarded for my struggles soon. Fish on. Nice. Smallmouth. There we go, guys. Awesome little smallmouth. Look at that. Beautiful little fish. Let's get this one back in the water. Eventually, the pain began to affect my ability to think straight and fish properly, so I rushed back to my kayak and made the decision to only exit it when necessary. The last thing I needed was to break my ankle or slice my foot open and that be the end of our story. With my tootsies now safely secured in my vessel, I had a renewed vigor to get back at it and find more fish. Fish on. Little spotted bass. Regularly little spotted bass. Actually, is that a spot or is that a smallmouth? That's a little smallmouth. Very nice. Fish on. Look at that. Pretty little fish. Oh, that feels good. It feels like a big fish. Oh, that's a chunker and he's all wrapped up in this wood. There we go, got him out. Got his lip, got him, got him. Yes! Look at that. Oh, gosh. Oh, what a football. Goodness, guys, that fish might be bigger than the one I caught earlier this morning. Whew! Look at that. Man, that's a good fish. Check that out, guys. Oh man, what a good fish. What a really good fish. We gotta get this fish back in the water. Fish on. There we go. Awesome, guys. We're still getting on fish. Fish on. Here we go. Here's another smallmouth, guys. Smallmouth. Well, anglers, our trip to Old Blue was everything we dreamed it would be. A temporary escape from life to camp overnight in nature and catch some amazing fish in one of the most beautiful rivers of Oklahoma. Jason fell in love with everything about this pristine little paradise and wishes to return in the near future. As much as we wanted to stay for another night and do it all again the next day, we both had families at home who missed us as much as we missed them. So we finally set course back to our launch point and began the arduous task of hauling the kayaks back up to the truck. I will say, it's a lot heavier the second time around when you don't have the prospect of great fishing to give you strength. We returned to our campsite and finished loading up with a few minutes of daylight left, so naturally, we couldn't resist making a few casts from the bank before we hit the road, which paid off for me with the biggest smallie of the day. At long last, we got in the truck and put the slice of heaven we came to visit in the rearview mirror. It was an amazing journey, one I will remember for some time and hope to repeat sooner rather than later. With all that being said, we've reached the end of another adventure on Jabroni Joe Outdoors. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I hope you go the extra mile by smashing that like button and body slamming a comment down in the comments section. And if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to super kick subscribe and ring the bell icon so you can be notified every time Jabroni Joe uploads a new video. I will catch you guys in the next one, and remember, if it ain't Joe, it's gotta go. Angler out.